A wonderful question is asked by a subscriber. Are there truly, genuinely believing people? Well, look, the problem is that absolutely all real, genuine, true manifestations of religious, particularly Christian faith, today all fall under the category of mental disorders without exception. But indeed, there are believers, if you remember, in a small church in Voltuyevo, quite recently, I think a year or two ago, a parishioner either gouged out or tore out both of his eyes. He decided to literally follow the gospel's instructions, which prescribe removing one's organ of sight in case of any temptation. In black and white, it's written, well, it's clear there. It happened in the spring. It was warm, skirts got shorter, and therefore someone fell into temptation. And this madman managed to do it all. And this pious man with his eyes gouged out was taken away by an ambulance. His vision cannot be restored, but look. The 5th chapter of Matthew, the 9th chapter of Mark, it is quite specifically and categorically stated there that if the eye, the hand or foot tempts a Christian, for example, to fornication or to stray thoughts, then the eye, hand, or foot must be amputated and extended. It is literally written that if your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away from you. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away from you. If it's the foot and so on, also cut it off in theory. Near the church, everything should be littered with gouged out eyes and severed hands. Ah, well, there you go. There are funny excuses from believers claiming that these sayings of Jesus about hands and feet are some kind of metaphor. No, nothing of the sort. There is a direct instruction to act this way without any metaphors or allegories, and this madman Voltuyev is indeed an absolute believer. But the only thing that surprises me here is that such a categorical instruction from God to do this with hands, feet, and eyes in general reveals an astonishing ignorance of God in matters of the basic physiology of the being that, according to the logic of believers, He created. God assumes that a person is tempted by their eye, hand, or foot. A sensual reproductive emotion arises, for example, in the foot. Whoever sees him soon, please convey to your God that in order to resolve issues of various temptations, it's not the foot that needs to be removed, but rather an extirpation of certain local parts of the brain should be done. And if your God doesn't understand, suggest to the old man to simply Google it. These terms, perhaps, then he will find himself in the shadows.